it new? Yeah.
Very good.
Do you want cheese? Czekaj.
Send a picture to your parents.
This is the one we should. Yeah, it is. Are you waiting?
Yeah. Looks good. Dat is zo lot.
Yeah.
I'm not hungry.
Thank you.
And one with biscotto. Nice.
Creditcard daar, maar dat werkt niet, want dat is gewoon je kut. Je wilde het afrekenen, maar
Wow. wel.
നല്ല ടൈം കൊടുക്കും തീരാൻ.
Yeah, they have good dishes. I don't want cola, it's okay.
You don't want cola?
No, that's fine.
Is it non-sparkling? Okay. Do you want kokosnut?
No.
Mega surprise. Chocolate cookie? I think this is Croatian cheese. Hello. Go straight and right. What's your favorite? Happy. Dirt road.
Okay, that looks good.
Yeah,
This is sardine, I think.
yeah.
Can we eat the bowl?
Probably.
Thank you. Good appetit.
Thank you.